Join us to navigate your awakening as we share the ancient science of transformation. Practicing this ancient wisdom will help you tune into your power and unlock your greatest potential. If you are ready to embark on your awakening and discover your soul path, then please welcome your host and transformation expert, Trenayce.
Welcome to Season 2 of Navigating the Awakening. This is The Rising. I am your host, Trenayce. Thank you for joining me today. I greet you in the love and in the light of the Infinite Creator. I would like to begin with the internal light meditation so that we can all align our energies with the cosmos, with the universal light of Source. If you are driving or listening to this and not able to close your eyes, then please simply open your heart and allow the intention of healing to move through you. Allow each breath to relax you more and more as we go deeper. Let's begin. First breath in. Breathe out. Second breath in. Breathe out. Third breath in. Breathe out. Relax. Allow your breaths to find their natural rhythm. With each breath in, allow yourself to become centered and focused. And with each exhalation, release all tension and stress, any mental distractions or images, and allow yourself to be in this moment in meditation. Focus your attention on the center of your chest. See your internal light as it illuminates your heart, as it fills your heart with brilliant, healing white light. Allow this light to remove all heavy, negative, or dark energies, filling your heart with peace, love, joy, and forgiveness. Continue to see this light as it grows throughout your chest, moving in all directions, moving into your lungs, filling your lungs with healing energies, removing any blockages, allowing for your breath to flow in and out, rejuvenating you with each and every breath, feeling every red blood cell that flows through your heart and your lungs with healing energies, carrying them to every extremity of your body. And now see this light as it fills your chest completely, moving up into your shoulders, down into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and moving into your palms and fingertips, allowing for healing energies to flow through your palms, radiating out into the world and all around you. Continue to see this light as it moves up through your neck, releasing tension and stress, moving into your cheeks, your ears, your nose, your eyes, your forehead, and moving up into your crown, activating the connection with your higher self, allowing for clear communication, clear downloads. And now see this light as it continues to flow downward into the diaphragm and the stomach, bringing healing through your deeper breaths, activating your digestion, continuing to move into the small intestine and the large, allowing you to assimilate your light energies and your nutrients. Continue to see this light as it flows into the small intestine and the large, bringing healing to these organs of digestion and assimilation, allowing this light to flow into the kidneys, the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, the pancreas, and the bladder. All of your organs, tissues, and cells are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect harmony. And now see this light as it flows into the colon, the uterus, the sex organs, healing these parts of you that are concerned with reproduction, regeneration, and release, giving you the courage and the wisdom to know when to release all energies, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, that no longer serve your highest good. Continue to see this light as it flows into your hips, moving through your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and moving into the soles of your feet. You are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect health, aligning you with all that is good, all that is desired. And now see this light as it flows through the soles of your feet, turning into silver cords that move deep into Mother Earth, anchoring you and grounding you to Mother Earth, allowing for any excess energies to flow through these cords, to be given to Mother Earth to create something beautiful. And now see the light that is within your body, your mind, and your spirit as it grows brighter and brighter, turning into a beautiful golden white light. Allow this light to fill you completely and move through the pores, every opening in your body, carrying the high vibrations, the healing power of the golden light to fill you and to surround you in a healing bubble of light. Allow this energy to protect you, to remove any lower vibrations that are within you or around you, within your mind, body, spirit complex. Continue to see this light as it grows brighter and brighter, as it fills the space that you are in, the room, the building, wherever you are, allowing for the golden white light to bring balance and harmony, healing and oneness, increasing love and balance to everyone who comes in contact with this light. Continue to see the light as it moves through the obstacles, the walls, very easily, moving out into your greater environment, feeling your neighborhood, your village, your town, your city with golden white light. See this light as it spreads 360 degrees all around you, bringing all things into balance and harmony, peace and joy, all life that comes in contact with this light. If it is desirous of being in the light, allow it to be absorbed easily, to bring healing, peace, love, and forgiveness. And now see our lights as they spread throughout our world, spreading and connecting us wherever we are, allowing our lights to come together as one, eliminating the illusion of separation, allowing for oneness through our love vibration, through our light, through our hearts. Continue to see this light as it now penetrates deep into the earth, deep into the waters, the oceans, the rivers, moving down into the center of Mother Earth, activating the heart chakra of this planet, bringing forth the golden white light for healing from Mother Earth and all beings that call this planet home, bringing us together in oneness with an intention to bring healing and remembrance of our union. And now see our light as it joins with our subterranean family and our family within the waters. Seeing this light as it now expands into the atmosphere of the earth, removing and dissolving any low vibrations, any technology, anything that does not serve our highest good. That which is needed is transformed and transmuted instantly. And now see this light as it expands around the earth, raising Mother Earth in vibration and healing and in consciousness. Continue to see this golden white light as it spreads in all directions throughout our galaxy, our universe, our multiverse, joining with our galactic family, with our universal family, with our star family, wherever they are, our family of light. Allow us to come together in our consciousness, in our hearts, our minds, knowing that we are one in the light, that we are source, and we are love. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, family. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get started. Today we have the trays, the number 3s, to begin our discussion in our Minor Arcanum. Now, remember that these cards are divided into the 4 kingdoms of earth, fire, water, and air, and are represented by the 4 seasons. In our previous episode, we discussed Arcanum number 3, the Isis Unveiled, and this is Libra. The trays, or number 3s, correspond numerically to the sign of Libra, which deals with partnerships, open enemies, legal disputes, and the public. Their higher application is indicated by the suit that we will cover. Now, the tray of scepters, or the 3 of scepters, which is also the wands and the suit of clubs. This card represents the summer and fire energy. This refers to a business partnership, and its inner interpretation is propaganda. Now, the tray of cups is also the suit of hearts. This card represents the autumn or fall and is water energy. The divinatory significance of this card is marriage for love, and its inner interpretation is research. The tray of coins, or the suit of diamonds, this card represents the spring and air energy. The divinatory significance of this card is marriage for money. Excuse me. Its inner interpretation is expiation, which means making amends for wrongdoing. The tray of swords is also the suit of spades. This card represents the winter and the earth element in the ancient Egyptian tarot. The divinatory significance of this card is a lawsuit or divorce. Its inner interpretation is idealism. So now these are the meanings for the number 3s, or the tray cards, in the Minor Arcana. The Isis Unveiled, or Libra card, also deals with spiritual alchemy. And this is the science in which each and every event of life is used as a means to create spiritual values. No matter what the situation, you can learn something from it. And if you begin to look at your life in this way, you will be participating and practicing in spiritual alchemy. Now, for some people, they find it difficult to see challenges in their life as blessings in disguise. But I am here to tell you that sometimes the most difficult challenges are the most profound for your spiritual growth. And it is hard when you're going through something to be positive at times and to try to see the silver lining within the clouds. But that is the best way for you to actually grow from the experience. You must begin to actively use and apply these principles that you are learning, because they will help you transcend the challenges of physical life. The only way for you to truly get the highest and the best out of all situations is to see it from a spiritual perspective. And that is through the process of what is called spiritual alchemy. You are transitioning your mind and learning how to see through a different lens. And this is the energy of the Isis Unveiled, to teach you how to take a situation that seems to be bad or not good in some way, and to turn it into a blessing, a powerful blessing. Because however you see it is how the energy will continue to evolve for you. So turning what appears to be bad into an opportunity to grow is how you apply the energy of the Isis Unveiled through the spiritual alchemy of this card. Now, I want to share more about the background into this lost knowledge that I'm sharing with you on this show, and how it can be used to transform your life. In ancient times, after the fall of humanity into a state of darkness, which is great ignorance, much was lost. Now you must know that humanity has risen to great heights on many occasions and fallen. And each and every time, it is a challenge that causes humanity to fall. And so as we continue to repeat this cycle over and over again, it is now up to us, those of us who find ourselves living at this time on planet Earth, to transform and transcend this challenge, using the energy of the Isis Unveiled, the spiritual alchemy, to take our challenges that humanity is facing today and see how we can grow from them, instead of falling deeper into darkness and allowing despair and feelings of oppression from this dark energy to take over our hearts and our minds. Now, knowing that humanity has been in a place of the golden age, because these ages are cyclical. They come and they go. Remember, we are within the circle of life. We are within the sacred hoop. And we keep repeating cycles over and over again. And this is how the ancient ones were able to foresee or prophesy thousands of years into the future what could happen to humanity on this planet. It's because the same challenges had already come to us at a different time. And knowing the rhythm that humanity has been in, they've been falling and failing at these great challenges over and over. And so the ancient ones, the seers, knew that this will come again. And as humanity failed in the last golden age and began to fall into this deep sleep, it was foreseen. And much knowledge, of course, is lost at that point because ignorance is related to darkness. It's related to cold energy. And the light is warmth. It's everything you know of the sun. It brings life. Now, at this time, when humanity began to fall once again into this state of darkness, it became very dangerous to study in the open because those people were the first to be killed, unless you were part of the ruling party, of course. Now, you must understand that it is impossible to enslave people who are spiritually enlightened. So they were seen as a threat to the dark rulership on this planet. The new rulers were filled with darkness, with evil in their hearts, and their sole desire was to enslave and conquer all of humanity. This fall into darkness happened all around the world, in every culture that is known to us today. And the fall was foreseen by the ancient priestesses. They saw it coming. And before it occurred, they suggested to the people of that enlightened civilization that 7 colonies be formed in order to preserve the ancient wisdom. The priestesses knew it would be thousands of years before humanity would begin to awaken because of the cycles of time. And at that time, humanity would need their ancient wisdom in order to guide them through the darkness and back into the light. So the ancient sciences were buried and hidden, and many gave their lives to protect it, even up to this day. Each colony was responsible for a certain type of wisdom. It was thought that if discovered, the evil rulers would only have one part. This gave a greater chance that the wisdom would be preserved over thousands of years. They knew that the evil conquerors would attempt to destroy all information that would assist humanity in their awakening. They only wanted the knowledge for themselves so that they could stay in power. And we see this all throughout our history, that with every conquering of a people, much of their knowledge was destroyed. Languages, history, all of it. In ancient times, it was scrolls and tombs. And in modern times, we see this as the burning of libraries and books of great knowledge, as well as the destruction of the wisdom keepers, whom we call the indigenous people of the earth. But thankfully, everything was not written down. The ancient ones were very powerful. Their knowledge and technology far exceeded that of today. They knew about sciences that still remain hidden. Even with all our technology in modern times, we are not able to duplicate the pyramids or many other ancient structures. Their construction remains a mystery. And this is just a sample of the great knowledge that was hidden from the dark ones. Now, within these 7 colonies, great sciences and wisdom can be found. And we know them today as the 7 centers of ancient civilization. These are Egypt, India, Greece, Peru, Mexico, China, and southern Iraq. And if you know anything about history, then you will understand why many wars have been fought over the control of these lands. Now, that is not to say that there are no other places on the earth that hold valuable, precious information and no other people. But this is to say, from our last and most recent golden age, these were the 7 colonies that were formed with that wisdom. Now, it is because of these places on our planet that hold many precious gifts from the past that we do have hope for a brighter future. And whoever can unlock these treasure troves will have the power of the universe at their fingertips. And this is what the dark ones know. And that is why the wars and things of this nature continue on this planet as a fight of control over great knowledge and power and technology that was on this planet far and long before we got here. Now, I want to give you some hope because the truth is there is a built-in fail-safe to all of this great information, this great wisdom. And it was put in place to protect this knowledge from falling into the wrong hands. We call this frequency and vibration. So in order for you to unlock this powerful knowledge, you must have the right frequency within your mind and your body. And if you do not have this, then you cannot access this power. But if you do, then it will be downloaded directly into your DNA. You are literally the key. Only a human with the right frequency can download this encrypted knowledge. And it has been stored within the stone and the earth of all of these places. The books of wisdom are vibrational. And when you develop yourself spiritually, you can receive these powerful downloads at these locations and in many other places with even more ancient wisdom stored there. This was known to the ancient wisdom keepers to be the best way to safeguard this valuable information. So those who knew of the ancient wisdom of the universe had to go into hiding, and everything they passed on to others had to be coded in order to protect this wisdom. You are now learning how to begin to decipher many of the codes through learning the meanings of the ancient tarot. This is just the beginning. But as you meditate on each card and clear your heart and mind of the lower frequencies, then much will be revealed to you about the greater meanings. Once again, you will receive according to your frequency. This knowledge will remain cryptic and confusing to those who are not ready to transform. But for those of you who are working diligently on your personal transformation, then you will begin to get more understanding and understanding on how to apply these principles to your daily life. This is called living wisdom because it holds consciousness within it, and it can help you navigate your awakening. So now, after our station break, we'll begin our discussion on the sovereign, or better known as the emperor, the fourth of the 22 major arcana in the sacred Egyptian tarot. We'll be right back in just a moment.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, Om Times Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Awaken the Healing, Reclaim Your Life is a podcast that will change your life. If you are interested in expanding your consciousness and being self-empowered, then please tune in to our show. You can find us at awakenthehealing.com or on your favorite podcast app or platform. It's time for you to reclaim your life.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Navigating the Awakening. Now let's begin our discussion on the Sovereign, also known as the Emperor in the modern-day tarot. This is the fourth card of the 22 Major Arcana in the sacred Egyptian tarot. The Sovereign, or the Emperor, astrologically relates to the zodiacal sign of Scorpio and the snake people of native Earth astrology. In occult science, the meaning is imponderable forces. These forces are impossible for you to even imagine. The human function is the absorption of electromagnetic forces or essences. The natural herbal remedies are horehound, bramble, leek, wormwood, charlock, and blackthorn, just to name a few. The mineral is the talismanic gem Spanish topaz, and among the stones, bloodstone, vermilion, and lodestone. The letter is D, as in dog, and the number is 4. And remember, these are synonymous. Wherever you see the letter D, it represents the number 4, and vice versa. Now, D4 expresses in the spiritual world as the perpetual realization of the truth and effectiveness of absolute being. In the intellectual world, it expresses as the realization of ideas, of affirmation, negation, discussion, and solution. And in the physical world, the realization of acts directed by the knowledge of truth, the love of justice, the force of the will, and the works of the organs. And these are just a few of the attributes of this powerful archetype. Now I ask if you are able to close your eyes to please do so in order to see the Sovereign with your mind, just as it was done in ancient times. Arcanum number 4 is figured as a man sitting upon a cubic stone. On his head is a sovereign's helmet, and 12 stars float over him. With his right hand, he raises a scepter with a circle on top of it. His right leg is bent and rests upon his left, forming a cross. Within the cube is the picture of a cat. A symbol of a hawk is pictured on his abdomen. Within a circle, he is wearing on his chest. A triangle-shaped apron hangs from his hips. Now, the cubic stone represents a perfect solid and signifies labor which has reached completion. This is within the physical world. And remember, the Isis unveiled was in constant labor, giving birth to new things all the time. She is Arcanum number 3. And this now is Arcanum number 4. And you can see that these are steps. They are all connected. Now, the cat that is pictured on the side of the stone indicates that the vision of the soul penetrates deeply into the illusions of matter. The sovereign's helmet is an emblem of force, conquered by spiritual power. The ruler is in possession of the scepter of Isis, indicating that he has knowledge of the spiritual use of creative energies. He points to the earth with his left hand to indicate that he uses these energies in the subjugation of the physical world or matter. The sacred serpent sits at his brow, indicating enlightenment, and the hawk, sacred to the sun, indicates his ambition to attain spiritual supremacy. The cross formed by his legs symbolizes the 4 elemental kingdoms and forces that he has mastered, and the expansion of human power through understanding. The apron above the legs, together with them, figures a trine above the cross, the symbol of mind dominating matter and the conservation of energy. Now, numerically, the number 4 expresses the result of action, the fruit of toil of Arcanum number 3. It is the realization from effort, and it is life springing into manifestation as the result of the union of polar opposites, which was the balance that Arcanum number 3 brought to us, the Isis unveiled. In astrology, the sovereign dominates through force, expressing martial energy, exemplified by the planet Mars. Scorpio is the zodiacal sign of sex, which is the manifestation of magnetic forces. These forces that are found in sex can become a very potent power to dominate the elemental realms of life. The negative aspect of this principle manifests a form of death if the sexual forces are not directed to create life, which activates the transcendent powers of the union of soulmates. Now, the human function of Arcanum number 4. Scorpio is the most powerful magnetic sign of the zodiac. This energy that is activated in the act of sex is also called the Kundalini energy. It is a force. This is electromagnetic energy, and it can be activated in many ways and by using the polar opposites of the mind. These currents produce a force of magnetism, and Scorpio-ruled people can receive and transmit this magnetic energy more easily than other signs. And this includes the snake people, as we know it in Earth astrology. Scorpio is related to the faculty of electromagnetic absorption. This is very important. This is very, very important information in the manifestation process, because it takes large amounts of electromagnetic energy in order to affect the astral plane, to create on the physical plane. Now, as you remember, when we spoke of Arcanum number 1, the Magus, we spoke of the power of the mind, of thought, to create. And this power of thought begins to vibrate immediately on the astral plane. And that is the counterpart that still sits in the unseen world of whatever you think about. Remember, we spoke of this. You create immediately. on the astral plane through a simple thought. And what makes this come into manifest form in the physical world is that you continue to think about it because you give it more energy. The more energy you give it, the more it vibrates in the astral realm until it affects the physical realm. And it starts to vibrate here. And that creates a circle of energy from the physical into the astral into the physical. Now, what really gives this form life, this thought life, is the electromagnetic energy that you hold within your body and your mind. And this can be produced in different ways. Now, through some ancient forms, we move into India, we see this as Kundalini energy. And this is activated in many different ways. You can activate this through learning how to control your thoughts, bringing your left and right hemispheres of your brain together in harmony, and activating your pineal gland. It then begins to create this electromagnetic force that activates the Kundalini energy that sits at the base of your spine. And it moves up the spine and activates all of your chakras, all of your energy centers, until it connects with the pineal gland, and then it brings form. So your third eye is also called the form maker, because this is how you manifest in the physical realm. It is through thought, but then there is a physical component that goes with it. Now, this is where this fourth arcanum comes in at. This is the energy that it brings you, the electromagnetic energy. And at this point, the sovereign dominates this force. This is very powerful for you to understand. And I want to spend a couple minutes on this because we see in modern day astrology the fear of the planet Mars. And that's really because we have been living in very dark times on this planet. And through these thousands of years, Mars was being manifested in the lower astral manifestation of it. And so we know that every planet has a positive and a negative force within it. Some have more than others, and some have been actually tapped into for the lower forces over the last few thousand years. And we'll say Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. Those forces have been really tapped into for the negative expressions that they can bring. But even through what we call a negative expression, we can grow through the use of spiritual alchemy. So the planet Mars is within your body. This energy, this magnetic force is part of you. Remember when we went through all of the planets in our first season, and we talked about the powers and the parts of the body that they activate. Now, Mars is about your passion. Mars is where your drive is, where the warmth and the fire burns inside of you. And this is magnetic. This is also the force of what we call sex. This energy can be activated through this act. So some people tap into this in that way. And I have a whole couple episodes I've done on my podcast called Sex is Sacred, because you need to know the power of that force when you're using it. It can be used to manifest. And so this is what the ancients are teaching you in this sovereign card, that you can activate this power, this very powerful force that we call magnetic energy. And this magnetic force is within each and every one of us. And we see this in living things as electromagnetic energy. It can bring forth life. So through your thought process, you bring forth life if you manifest your thoughts. And this can be done on the higher realms, or it can be done on the lower realms. And we see this all the time. There's many things that you see, even movies, and you'll say, why would anybody put their energy into creating something like that? But it's a world of free will. We live in a universe that allows you to manifest whatever it is that you can focus on and activate, because it allows you to choose which part of this force do you want to activate within you and bring into reality. So this electromagnetic force of Mars is very important for you to activate within yourself. So we must overcome the fear of Mars in order to use this energy in its higher form. We want to use the higher octave of Mars, which is all about manifestation of the things you love. So wherever Mars is in your astrological birth chart, whatever house it's in, it will show you where your passions are. There's something within that house that will give you life, because Mars gives us life. It is our life force. And this is why we must begin to love our Mars. And this is what the Sovereign brings us, a greater understanding of the electromagnetic energy that is held within the planet Mars, to affect all planes of creation and to bring your desires into a physical form. Now, it takes a stronger will to activate this electromagnetic force within your mind. You have to have willpower. And once again, we heard this in Arcanum number 1, and we'll hear this continuously, that the human will must be developed because you are moving into a divine being. You are moving into your higher octave. And so you must go through a transformation process. And within that process, you have to develop your will. So you have to stop eating foods that are bad for you. You have to stop bad habits that you've acquired over time in order to grow in positive, healing habits, good things that you want to keep going. You must develop your will in order to overcome these habitual negative behaviors that have followed us throughout life. They've pretty much been conditioned into us. But as we go through our spiritual transformation, the will is absolutely imperative to be developed. Now, Arcanum number 4 in initiation. In the soul's pilgrimage, Arcanum number 4 indicates the result of marriage, the bringing together of polar opposites. But any union that is prompted by lust and selfishness will activate a very destructive force. And this is the destructive energy of Mars that we attribute to war and famine and killing of life of any form. So within our human expression, we can manifest this destructive force through negative emotions. And so if a union comes together and it has this form of negative energy within it, it creates a destructive force. But through the emotions, we have the power to raise or lower our vibratory rate. the creative energies that are manifested in the union arouse intense emotions. And these emotional states can inspire tenderness, kindness, and a desire to be helpful to others. If these positive energies are activated, then it tends to spontaneously build up spiritual energy within a person. And this is exactly why you want to tap into these forces, this electromagnetic force that is within your body and your mind, in order to activate and increase your spiritual energy, because this gives you more electromagnetic energy. That is what spiritual energy is. It is electromagnetic. And this force, as it increases within you, builds up through different levels of the self. And I also have a podcast on that, and we'll have to go deeper into that at a later time. But know that this energy is real, and you take it in through breathing. You take it in through the consumption of food and water, as long as they are not toxic. Any substances hold this very powerful energy within it, and that is why it gives you life. When you eat good food, you have more energy. When you drink clean water or good healthy teas, it gives you more life. You see, because the spiritual energy is within it. And that's why when we look at the sovereign, it also gives you different herbs that you can take in. Wormwood, bramble, leek, different herbs that contain this very powerful force within it, just as we learned about in our native earth astrology. When we went through each and every people, we also learned about the medicine that they have, and it's related to different herbs, their herbal medicine. So the same goes here. When we're looking at these forces of nature, these are archetypal forces, and we personify them by giving them a form of a female or a male or a masculine and feminine is better said, because forces are both masculine and feminine, but some dominate in one area, just as we hold within our bodies both masculine and feminine, but we dominate in one area due to whatever sex we were born into. That is our dominant polarity and the dominant force that we carry, but we carry both within us. So the same goes for these archetypal energies. The same goes for all of our planets and the forces that surround us. It's all about creating stronger magnetic spiritual energy within the self so that we can ascend into higher states of consciousness. We need more energy in order to do this. And this is why we change our diets, and this is why we stop doing things or speaking in ways that lower our energy, because those things draw from us. They pull energy from us. So if you're working a job and you absolutely hate what you do, you're exhausted when you leave work. But when you're doing something you love, you can do it 24 hours a day. You take very short naps and you're fed by that. This is the energy we're talking about. Love is the greatest power that can lift the soul to a state of ecstasy. And thus it is through love that we are able to reach higher spiritual states. Through applying this magnetic force, by bringing our hearts and minds together in harmony with the intention to create a better world, we will transform our reality and our lives. Because love is the key to our transformation. And this is why we are learning about the forces and how they manifest in our lives, how we can use them to increase us in all of the experiences that are desired. In order for us to grow spiritually, we must learn new things. We must learn how to apply them to our lives in order to activate this power of transformation that lies within each and every one of us. It's a beautiful time to be on planet Earth because we are birthing the new earth at this time. We are bringing in the golden age. We are the seeds of new earth. Please tune in next week as we dive deeper into the sacred Egyptian tarot to discover Arcanum number 5, the Hierophant, also known by this name in the modern day tarot. I leave you in the love and in the light of the infinite creator. Have a beautiful week.